Yay! All right. So this is my first video testimonial. So I'm just trusting that this is going to go.
Woohoo!
Yeah, it feels really good. And also I thought about, I'll introduce you in a second, Amy, but
Okay.
why was it, I've been coaching since like 2006. And why has it taken me so long to have a video? And I think there's a part of me that's like shy, or like, can I really boast and share your success based on my work? Um,
Absolutely.
but it's taken me so long to actually follow up and our relationship working and friendship wise to feel like, yeah, I could do this.
But wouldn't you say that you're just starting to like come into your shine? Like, I feel like in the past
Yeah,
6 months you like exploded and you're like, this is me. This is me. This is what
absolutely.
I do.
Absolutely. And what you're describing, for me, the biggest change this year was going from fragmented, like, to whole, and being like, yeah, you're right. This is me, all the parts, and there's always going to be more, but like, boom, here we are.
Boom. Here we are. And let me ask you this, just out of curiosity. Would you say that 2017 has been like a year of letting go of really shadowy things? And it hasn't been easy. Like,
Yeah. There's been
it's
a
not been.
lot of dips. Yeah, there's been a lot of dips. And I want to first I want to introduce you, and then we'll talk
Okay.
about those dips because I think they're important, and like letting go and being aware so that they're still here, but they don't mean as much. Okay. So who are you? Like, what's your name? Where do you live? And one exciting thing that you're up to.
So I am Amy Neal. I live in upstate farm country, New York. I live in Salem. Um, One exciting thing that I'm up to,
Yeah.
I talk to dogs.
Great. Great. Yay.
But yeah, so I talk to dogs on a more spiritual level, and I guess that goes back into what we were talking about 2017 being like you feeling like you've gone from fragmented to whole. This past year has been my process of going from dog trainer to um, intuitive dog trainer, afraid to admit that I can talk to dogs, to hell yeah, I talk to dogs. Let's train your dog.
Amazing. And so that's how we originally met. I've always worked with women, whether they were moms or business owners or women who want to perform or play a bigger game. And so what were you like? I know it was years at this point, but when did we meet and what were you like before we started working together?
Oh my gosh, I feel like when I think back, I was such a baby. Like I was so little. I was like 2 years ago now. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I um had just had our first baby, my husband and I. Um and I was probably it was just after I made the decision to permanently leave my full-time job and pursue dog training, dog walking. I was dog walking and pet sitting too at that time as a full-time business. And I was like, if I'm going to do this, I need help.
Hmm.
And we had connected on Periscope. Um, it was like, it's just one of those things I don't know how we connected, but we did because we were supposed to.
Mm-hmm. Of course. And so what were you seeking a coach for, or a mentor or business support?
I'm trying to think back because my answer now would be totally different than that first conversation. But I needed guidance. I needed to help. I would say asking for money, learning how to structure my day, um, and asking for what I was worth.
Hmm.
Putting a price tag to my services that were worthy of what I was offering.
Amazing. And what would you say has kept you interested in working with me and staying with me and being in connection in this way?
You, my friend, are so high vibe that I cannot stand it. And I know that when I'm not, already said this once, but when I don't get enough of you in my day, week, month, I feel it. I feel my vibrations start to dip, and then I get a little shame fix, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is what it's supposed to feel like.
I love it. I love it. It's, and just to share, like, I would say I'm pretty good at taking compliments, but I'm like,
I know, right? It's like,
thank you.
thank you. It's true.
Yes. Yes. And what would you say, like, has you, I don't know if you can remember back, but like, what had you saying yes to investing in yourself with time, money, and energy, even before you knew me? Because I think that's a big deal for women to say yes to invest in themselves with time, money, especially money.
That was like saying, that was hard. I was like, and I was super secretive about it. Like, I just sort of did it. Like, nobody knew. I just did it in the shadows. And my husband had no idea. I didn't say anything to him for like, I don't know, it was a 6-month program, probably a good 2 months. I didn't even say that. I would just fit it in and just do it. And now I'm just like, I'm doing this. End of story. And he's like, yeah, all right, cool. Because I've from putting the work in, and I would say dealing with all those shadows, which I want to preface aren't easy to work through when we shine the light on them, but we have to. And then once we do, our vibrations get higher and higher, and we start to align more with who we truly want to be and who we truly want to attract. And when we do that, the ego, the baggage, that fear of like, what will people think of me? Will they approve? It's like, it doesn't matter anymore.
Beautiful. I mean, what in hearing that, it's like you trusted yourself. You didn't have to go outside to seek, like, is this right? Is it, because that can make people, women especially, crazy.
And that, I think that alone is one of the characteristics that drove me to what I'm doing now with the intuitive work, the animal communication, because I've always trusted myself to the point where it'd be like nobody else would trust me, and I'd be like, I'll eat lunch by myself because nobody wants to listen. But I said, I'll just wait a month, and then they'll all be back. It'll be okay.
Amazing. And what would you say, this is like, what would you say, it's like my new way of thinking, which is about outcomes and results. Like, what would you say was the worth? And it could be very practical or esoteric. Like, what was the value? What results did you get from investing with me?
Number one, I got more comfortable and confident dealing with money, asking for money, realizing that, you guys, this is my livelihood. Like, I'm not just doing a service for free or for low cost. In the area that I live, there's sort of that energy that people can just go out and get a high value service at low price. And I can't put food on the table with that mentality. You know, it's like I'm putting a lot of time and effort and energy into the services I'm offering you. So in order for both of us to take this seriously, we need to have an energetic exchange of money or something that is on the same level. So I can't be giving you a service that's way up here, but only be charging you something that's way down here that doesn't match up. And the outcome that the client's going to get is not going to be up here, it's going to be down here. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. And so if the woman is watching this and she doesn't own a business, but she's relating to a lot of the parts, like your descriptions, where else has confidence in like learning and communication, or like what other parts can that confidence, or what other parts did it show up in that the tools that you took or the experiences of working with me, like where else did you plug that in?
Probably, well, it was funny because I just did a live stream yesterday in my dog trainers group that it was like once I started feeling confident in myself and falling into alignment, I guess I would say, or like into following the path that I'm supposed to be going down, it was like everything got better. So my marriage got better. My relationship with my kids got better. With my mom got better. With my siblings got better. With my friends got better. I started attracting people more similar to me. And then also I started watching friendships fall away that weren't serving me anymore. But it's not like there was this huge, like, I can't be your friend anymore because ... It was like, oh yeah, there goes that person. Okay, there they go. Hi, I'll wave. But like, it's almost like you outgrow the insecurities, and everything else that those insecurities attract start to just fall away, and you don't even really notice it.
Great. And what would you say, how would you recommend me to other women? Like if there's a woman watching this right now and she's wanting to join my group program or work with me one-on-one, like what would you give her to help her if she's in the middle of that struggle? Like, should I say yes or do it another time, or?
Let's see. Like I know I can feel the energy around it, but putting it into words sometimes can be like,
yeah.
Basically for me, when I share, it comes down to asking whoever, it's like, well, how badly do you want to make this change? How badly are you committed to becoming the best version of yourself in this moment? Like, who are you right now and who do you want to become? And, if they can answer that question, and then I'm like, okay, well, do you need further support in that? Yeah, of course, everybody can use support. So it's like, well, here's my girl Shane.
And why me? There's a million coaches.
Why? Because you have a way of making those shadows not feel so bad.
And what's a shadow, if somebody doesn't know?
Shadow is something that it feels really heavy. It's something that we're almost ashamed of about ourselves. It's those traits about ourselves that we don't want to fully own up to, but we know that they're there. And those are the nagging pieces that when I say, who do you want to become? They're what prevents us from becoming who we want to become. But at the same time, they nag at us because they're like, look at me, I'm here. I want you to heal me. I want to be loved on. And you have a way of loving on those traits and bringing them out into the open and just being like, oh, that's so interesting. That's so interesting. And then, but it was also things like the perfect day exercise, the budget that we did, which I should probably go back and do, by the way. And those, like, we sat down, I did a whole contract with you. You really, you pushed me to set prices, set value to my offerings, and I did, and you're like, okay, well, now we're going to add $500 to them. And I was like, excuse me, I might be sick. But then it was like, it did not take long before I was like, Shane, I just got $1,000 for a dog training session. Like, oh my God. And then it was like, you brought me up to that level. And then when I got confident at living at that level, it brought all these other people up to that level. So it was like the domino effect. It was like you helped me, and then I was able to go out and help all these other people with their dogs. And now it almost feels like an upstate New York revolution is happening.
I love it. Amazing. Is there anything else you want to share or anything that you think would be helpful for a woman who's looking at YouTube or on my website and is like, oh, this looks good?
Yeah. Own it.
Hmm.
That voice in your head saying, do this, listen to me, do this, listen to me, that we keep pushing down, that's our intuition. And that voice that's really loud is our ego. So my best advice is try to quiet the ego and louden the intuition, because our intuition is never wrong. It never leads us astray, and it usually gets us to start saying yes to ourselves.
Beautiful.
We need to say yes.
Amazing. Yeah, I think that's I feel complete. Do you?
I feel complete.
All right. Well, thank you for being interviewed by me about me and this. And the truth is, it's about me, but it's really about the connection. And so
Mm-hmm.
co-creating with you has been enjoyable and fun. And, um, people say thank you to me, but it's like, I thank you for being open and receptive to the teachings and to what comes through me. So it's really this nice
Yeah.
give and take, and give and receive relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It's awesome.
yay.
I
All
love
right.
it.
Well, thank you. And if you want to give people your website, if they're curious about what you do, please,
Yes. So my
or
I
whatever you
just
want to give. Yeah.
I'm rebuilding my website right now. I'm rebranding everything. So you right now you can find me at the Canine Intuitive on Facebook.
Good.
And then that's where you can connect with me if you're a dog owner. Dog trainers can join my new free group. It's called Bark, Intuitive Canine Training. So just Google that, or Google that in Facebook. Just find that on Facebook. And then eventually, probably, I would say in a month or so, so like February 1st of 2018, my website will be back up. And that will be thecanineintuitive.com.
Excellent. And anybody who's watching and doesn't get all that, if you write to me, I will connect you with Amy because she does amazing work with dogs. And I'm really proud of how far you've come.
Thank you.
Yes. All right. So I'm going to close us off now. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, and if you're interested in working with me, say yes. Let's have a call. Let's have a chat. I'm really committed to working with women who are a good fit. And so if it's not, I bless you and send you on your way. But if it is a good fit, like now, right now is the time to start so you don't stay stuck or stagnant anymore. All right.
Do
Bye.
it.
Hunting day.